The doorbell rang at 7 a.m. on a Saturday. I stumbled to the door in my pajamas, coffee deprived, exhausted from moving boxes all week. My parents stood on my porch. My mother is holding a key. My father is a contractor. "Good, you're up," my mother said, walking past me into my house. "We need to talk about the living arrangements." "Living arrangements? What do you—" My father gestured to the contractor. "This is Miguel. He's going to wall off the downstairs into a separate entrance. We'll live down here. You can have upstairs. It'll be like a duplex." I stared. "What are you talking about?" My mother was already examining my living room. "The furniture will have to go. We're bringing our things next week. Miguel, can you start measurements?" "Stop!" I stepped in front of the contractor. "Nobody's measuring anything. This is my house. I just bought it. You don't live here." My father pulled out a paper. "Actually, we do. This is the deed. Our names are on it. Joint tenants with right of survivorship. We own this house just as much as you do." I grabbed the paper. There it was, the deed to my house, my name, and both of theirs. 3 co-owners on a house I'd bought myself with my money that I'd never put their names on. I'm Kennedy Walsh, 32 years old. I just bought my first house, $380,000, saved for 8 years, down payment of $95,000 from my own earnings. Somehow, my parents' names were on the deed, and they were moving in without asking, without permission. Want to know how they did it and what I did when I found out? This is about property fraud, title theft, and nuclear options. Smash that like if you own property or plan to. Drop your city. What you're about to hear is why you check your deed the day you close and what happens when you don't. Let me be clear about something. I bought this house myself with zero help from my parents. 8 years of saving, age 24, started as a junior accountant, $48,000 salary, lived with roommates, saved $650 a month. Age 25 to 31, promotions, raises, aggressive saving. Lived below my means, no vacations, no new car, just saving. Total saved by age 32, $95,000. House hunting, 6 months. Found a foreclosure, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Needed cosmetic work but structurally sound. Listed at $420,000, offered $380,000, accepted. Financing, down payment $95,000, 25%. Mortgage, $285,000. Monthly payment, $2,200. Interest rate, 6.5%. I qualified on my own. My income, my credit score is 780, my debt-to-income ratio. Didn't need a cosigner, didn't want one. Closing day, 3 weeks ago. I went to the title company alone, signed documents for 3 hours. My real estate agent was there, the title officer, me. No parents. I specifically remember the title officer asking, "Are there any other parties to this transaction?" No, just me. Any co-borrowers, co-owners? No, this is solely my purchase. She notarized everything. I signed the deed. Single owner, Kennedy Walsh. I got the keys, took photos, posted on Instagram, closed on my first house, all mine. #keys. My parents commented, "So proud," red heart. 3 weeks later, they showed up claiming they owned it too. Standing in my living room, holding a deed with their names on it, I called my real estate agent immediately. "Donna, I'm looking at a deed that has my parents' names on it as co-owners. That's wrong, right? I closed alone." "That's definitely wrong. You were the sole buyer. Let me call the title company." 10 minutes later, Donna called back. Kennedy, there's a problem. The title company has two deeds on file. The original one you signed, just your name, and a second one filled 3 days after closing. That one lists you and your parents as joint tenants. How is that possible? Someone filed an amended deed with the county recorder. I'm sending you both documents now. The emails came through. I compared them. Original deed, filled closing day. Owner, Kennedy Walsh. Signatures, mine, notarized. Amended deed, filled 3 days later. Owners, Kennedy Walsh, Margaret Walsh, Thomas Walsh. Signatures, mine, forged. Theirs, real, notarized by someone I'd never met. I called a real estate attorney. Emergency appointment. Showed him everything. This is deed fraud, he said immediately. Someone forged your signature on an amended deed to add owners without your knowledge or consent. This is a felony. How did they even file this? Anyone can file a deed with the county recorder. They don't verify authenticity. They just process what's submitted. The notary on this second deed is supposed to verify identity, but clearly that didn't happen properly. Can we reverse it? Yes, we filed to void the fraudulent deed. We'll need a forensic document examiner to prove the signature is forged. Then we report this to the DA's office. This is criminal. I confronted my parents the same day. I called them. Come back to the house. Now, we need to talk. They arrived with Miguel, the contractor, again. My mother had paint samples. Before you start, I said, I spoke with a real estate attorney. That amended deed is fraudulent. You forged my signature. You don't own this house. My father's face didn't change. We didn't forge anything. You signed it. I absolutely did not. I have the original deed I signed at closing, just my name. This second deed with their names on, I never saw it, never signed. The signature is forged. You must have forgotten. I hired a forensic document examiner. He's already confirmed the signature is traced. You forged it. That's a felony. My mother sat down. We did what we had to do. Excuse me? We deserve to live in this house. We raised you, paid for your childhood. You owe us. I bought this house with my own money. You contributed nothing. My father's voice was calm, cold. We contributed 18 years of raising you. That's worth more than your down payment. That was called parenting. You chose to have a child. That doesn't mean you own my property. We're getting older, my mother said. We need somewhere to live. You have this big house, 3 bedrooms. You live alone. It's selfish not to share. Then ask me. Don't forge documents. Don't commit fraud. You would have said no. Exactly, which is my right. It's my house. My father stood. Here's what's going to happen. We're moving in. The deed has our names on it now. If you fight this, we'll make your life hell. We'll claim you agreed to add us. We'll say you're mentally unstable. We'll drag this through court for years. Or you can accept this. We all live here peacefully, and everyone wins. I looked at them. Really looked. These people raised me, and they just openly admitted to deed fraud, and they were threatening me with retaliation if I fought back? Get out of my house, now. It's our house. Get out, or I'm calling the police and having you arrested for trespassing and fraud. They left. My mother is in tears. My father is furious. I called my attorney. They admitted it. They forged the deed deliberately. What now? My attorney filed multiple actions simultaneously. Action 1, emergency motion to void fraudulent deed. submitted a forensic document analysis proving a forged signature, original deed showing sole ownership, no consideration exchanged, they paid nothing, no agreement to add owners. Action 2. Criminal complaint. Deed fraud, felony, forgery, felony, identity theft, felony, conspiracy, felony. Action 3. Restraining order. Prohibiting them from entering my property, prohibiting contact with me based on threats made during the confrontation. Court hearing, 1 week later. The judge reviewed the evidence, forensic report, 2 deeds, timeline. This is clear fraud. The amended deed is void. The title is restored to Kennedy Walsh as the sole owner. The fraudulent deed is expunged from county records. My parents' attorney tried to argue, Your Honor, there was a verbal agreement. Based on what evidence? There's no contract, no payment, no quitclaim deed with proper execution. This is forged. Case closed. Criminal case. DA prosecuted aggressively. The evidence was overwhelming. Forged signature, proven by forensic analysis. Notary on fraudulent deed admitted she never actually saw me sign it. My parents brought it to her pre-signed. My parents admitted in my presence that they did it because they deserved to live there. Charges filed. Forgery, felony, filing false documents, felony, attempted theft, attempted to steal property interest worth $126,000, my 1/3 share if they'd succeeded, conspiracy. They took a plea deal, plead guilty to forgery and filing false documents, 18 months probation each, $15,000 fine each, $25,000 restitution to me, my legal fees, restraining order made permanent, no contact for 5 years, felony records. The notary lost her license, fined $10,000, charged with notary fraud. Civil lawsuit. I also sued them for emotional distress, legal fees, additional beyond criminal restitution, punitive damages, attempted theft of property interest, settlement, $175,000. They had to sell their house to pay me, move to a small rental. Both have felony records, can't pass background checks for decent housing. That was 9 months ago. I still live in my house, sole owner. The deed shows only my name. County records corrected. My parents tried writing letters. We made a mistake. We were desperate. Can't we reconcile? No. They didn't make a mistake. They committed calculated fraud, forged legal documents, planned to force me out of my own home. The restraining order has 3 more years. After that, still no. Extended family calls me cruel. They're old. They were scared about housing. You destroyed their lives over a house. They destroyed their own lives by committing felonies, by forging my signature, by trying to steal my property. What I learned? Check your deed immediately after closing. Verify it's recorded correctly. Check county records monthly for the first year. Title insurance doesn't always catch this. It protects against past claims, not fraud after closing. Signature forgery is provable. Invest in forensic analysis. Family members who think they deserve your assets are the most dangerous. I'm Kennedy Walsh. I saved for 8 years, bought a $380,000 house, all mine. 3 weeks later, my parents showed up claiming they owned it. Forged deed, added their names, demanded that I wall off the downstairs for them to move in. I voided the deed, prosecuted them criminally, sued them civilly. They got felony records and owe me $200,000 total. They lost their house paying me, live in a rental now, felons, broke. I'm in my house, sole owner, protected, free. Hit subscribe if property rights are sacred. Smash like if fraud deserves felonies. Remember, your deed is your protection. Check it, protect it. Prosecute anyone who tampers with it, even your parents, especially your parents.
Mine thought raising me meant owning my assets. They learned that property law doesn't care about parenthood. They have felony records now. I have my house. Fair trade.